you wonderful people out there. I was told, go in Studio C, book yourself some time, and talk about Dowina guitars, which is all the preparation I have. It's literally, I know no more than that. I put this in my lap. It's shiny. But they gave me some help from back there. So I don't know how many. That's Jan from Dowina Guitars. The beautiful Erica was, I don't know, too important or something to join us. There's also more guitars that she's holding in people's faces. But Jan, we don't need her, right?
No.
Nope. So, I know that much. So you're going to ask, why are there mics? Well, if you ask that, they're acoustic guitars. Also, Sennheiser, Lewitt, they're paying for the event. Obviously, we're going to move them in the picture. Also, you don't really need to see my kneecaps, and hopefully the mics are covering that. Talking about covering, let's talk about cables. This one doesn't even have a hole.
It's bad.
It's bad guitar. But I want to mention, because there's a big sign on the camera, please mention Summer Cable. They are the invisible brand in every video. That's what it says right there. Didn't have to read that because I wrote the sign. Hey, Summer Cable. Hi, Mari and Micha. They are the nicest guys. They make ridiculously good cables, and they're our very best friends now. So even though this guitar doesn't have a cable, the mics have cables. But I mean, since we're in a Dowina video, let's talk about cables for a second. Because if you're an acoustic player, having something kind of woodsy is nice. And we have this braided brown thing. But I mean, Jan, how sexy is that, huh?
Yeah, it's really sexy.
Wooden, high count. I mean, is there something like jacktone wood?
Yeah, there are great species for this kind of stuff.
We should talk to Glenn whether Puduk, rosewood, or maple sounds better on your plug.
Yeah, and you know, rosewood with paddock binding on the plug. It's like a
Rosewood with Puduk binding. That's
tone cocktail. Yeah.
tone cocktail for the metal players.
Yeah.
These are beautiful cables, especially if you're an acoustic player, because it kind of matches the theme. Moving on almost to the guitars, we can see the main star in this video just a tiny bit, but we need to move it a little bit more. Because that will drive Valeria crazy.
I'm not saying anything.
She hates it when the cup's on the table, and I love to move the cup. Now Jan ruined it. Okay, we have 3 out of 5 guitars, right? 5?
Yep.
Yep, that are here at the event. They came with very little, but they came with impressive things. Now, I could show you this baby. However, I've already made a whole video about it, so we're going to go over it really quickly. I met the lovely people of... I guess it's only right that he would do that. Hey, Michiel.
Yeah. What do we have? Oh, I love these.
Michiel's the actual mastermind behind all the organization of Gear Street.
Great.
Now I'm hungry. Michiel doesn't like it when people make eating sounds, and now I get this. I love it.
Oh. Stick. Huber stick. Some kind of stick.
Tiny stick. Voila, of course. What else would we have? So this is my... I'm going to try to make this video now. This is my old star. I met the lovely people from Dowina at the Montreux Guitar Festival in... I think I got a pretzel stick on my head.
Yeah.
Don't know where it is now. Oh. What?
Oh.
Ooh.
A cold towel for you, squeeze it out, refresh yourself.
Oh, thank you.
So I met...
Sorry, are you filming?
Be careful, be careful.
Oh.
Somebody has to work, you know. We refresh ourselves. Ah, thank you.
Keep going. It's okay.
I met the nice people from Dowina at the Montreux Guitar Festival, and they were immediately my kind of people. I absolutely loved them
Let's polish them.
because they clearly get how to, you know, how to do this social media thing. I'm not prepared for this. To be out weirded in a video of mine, that's a new thing, okay? And I said I need a nice OM style guitar for videos with a piezo. This one has a Ella bags, I want to say, in it, and it sounds really, really awesome.
Chocolate.
And there's chocolate now. I love this. Rafa wrote a beautiful song with it, which I might cut in. Where am I? Hello? I'm here too. Joe, I'm here. Thank you. Which I will cut into the video right about now.
You lost the ground beneath your feet. You lost your balance and foundation. You feel your misery's complete. You've reached the peak of your frustration. But when everything goes south and the walls come crashing down, remember nothing's built to last. This too shall pass. Now that everything's been burned, there's something rising from the wreckage.
So I've already reviewed this, but I will show you. It's got amazing rosewood sides and back. Kind of boring cream binding. And why boring? I'll show you cooler binding later.
You are better than Henning in guitar playing. It's like...
We have the Purfling. I learned so many things. He's playing Skid Row. I don't. What's this called? Herringbone.
Herringbone.
I learned Herringbone. Herringbone Purfling. So we have a closed cam, please. Herringbone Purfling. Subtle things in the fretboard. I'm always going for nothing in the fretboard. The nut is out of
Bone.
bone nut. Some kind of tuners from some kind of company. Can't read that. I'm too old. Goto.
Gotos.
Goto. Beautiful Dowina logo there. Great guitar. And the top is, I'm going to say spruce, but he said...
It's Sitka, torrified Sitka.
What is torrified? What does that mean?
It's, actually you bake the wood.
So it's kind of like
Artificial age.
like a burnt, like a baked maple idea.
Yeah. The
Okay.
same process.
Okay. So it doesn't have a huge sound because it is an OM model, but for...
It doesn't have a huge sound.
I mean, compared to a bigger guitar, there's not a lot of... Well, you don't want that with this guitar. That's why you get in an OM, right? What you're going to hear, very likely, is the AEA R88, which is a stereo ribbon mic that records the room beautifully. So there are close mics here. They're not super close. I might choose them, but usually I would opt for the AEA R88 stereo ribbon. Thank you, Manuel, for dropping that off. No. Where did I want to go?
You should
Open, yeah, or sus4.
C sharp minor.
C sharp minor. Wait, let me try that. That was the wrong chord. But what you want is...
I think that has potential. Never heard it before. And demonetized.
Ricky has now been in jail for 30 years. He's not a young boy anymore. There were just recent posts on Facebook all over the place. Ricky's been in jail for 30 years because 18 in life, blah, blah, blah. And so apparently it's the anniversary of him being jailed up for 30 years. I didn't get those posts until a week later, but then I understood. It's a beautiful guitar. It doesn't trash a mix. You can still have a bass under it. And I know it's an amazing acoustic when I want to pull back and play quietly. You know, when you don't feel like you have to dig in to get the sound, when the guitar does it for you. I'm going to show you on this one over there, which you can't see right now. That's, you never actually want to go because the guitar does the by itself, if you know what I mean. Those are technical terms. As Nate from Cali showed us last night at the restaurant, you can beat the shit out of this and it won't break. It might say at some point, please no more, Nate, but he's like,
Even more.
he really dug in and it works. It also works when you are subtle. I'll try the John Mayer thing.
I think you can wrap up by now. All of your viewers have enough watching.
Are you still there? Is anyone there? I'll keep going. Point is, it's a great guitar, and this one's mine. The other ones I'm going to show you are not mine, and that's a sad thing. This is what happens when you just put too much stuff on a guitar. Also, when you touch it right there, because it had some dirt on it, and now it's got my fingerprints on it. So this is just overkill in many senses. There's some abalone here. There's some abalone there. There's some abalone here. There's some abalone here. And a bit of abalone there. And they did it to offset the red binding of Paduk, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Really?
Great.
Whoa! Paduk binding. And the back is going to be... That's not rosewood. That is not rosewood. It's not cocobolo. Oh my God. In the flame, there's a flame. I mean, look. Oh God, look on the camera. Nobody, of course, ever sees that, and you're going to scratch it up with your belt, but that's some nice wood to scratch up. I'm going to say walnut, but that's not exotic enough. It's walnut-y. It's not... Is it? It's not. Koa is more yellow, right? Come on, what is it?
Green ebony.
Right, because I would have guessed green ebony. I don't even know that exists. Also, where is it green? It is a bit green.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. That is just gorgeous. And then with the Paduk, I don't know how much that works or if it works, but there is something special about it, especially with the Paduk binding on the neck, which is unpainted, by the way. And it's a boring mahogany neck. What can you do? All these builders, boring mahogany necks. But abalone inlays, we've got beautiful Goto 510s here. I like these tuners with the rounded off heads. Yeah, it's an absolutely, I want to say gorgeous, but I'm not sure, guitar. So the top is, it's not Sitka because it's too dark. It's not torrified Sitka. It's stripy stripe wood.
Cedar.
Really?
It's an old growth cedar. That's why it's that.
It's got massive stripiness.
Yeah.
Now, there's no pickup in this. And when you play this, if you have the chance to play it in a store, if they even have this in a store, it's probably a showpiece to just, show off and be braggy. But if you have a chance and the money to afford something like this, what is it fork over? What do you have to fork over for this?
It's around 4,500, 5,000.
4,500, 5,000?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that's a lot of money, but it's not out of the question compared to Taylor Martin and actually a couple of acoustics I have over there. So it's high end. It's not ridiculous where you have to say, are you nuts? I think isn't there a Martin for 150,000 because it's got some stupid wheelie inlays? I saw it at Thomann. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get who buys 150,000 euro guitar. If you have a chance to play this, you will be rewarded with the most subtle notes that you've ever heard jump out of a guitar. It's absolutely amazing. So we're going to do a D major, D minor, D minor 7. Let's do D major 7. I mean, you can be so quiet, and the guitar still works with you. Well, don't play that. That's horrible. That is, of course, the guitar's fault. That's not me.
Yeah. He's a great player, but that guitar is horrible.
What am I doing? The guitar makes me play horribly. No. When you strum it so lightly, it's just so balanced. It's not like there's these individual notes. There's not this gang like a. There's just this homogeneous pad. It's a pad, which you can only get if you strum very lightly. Technically, harmonically, that's wrong because it was the 4. On the 5, you do the sus4. And the 4, you should do the sharp 11. Which, of course, is problematic. So what Eddie did was... You actually move that down, but what happens is you're doing a chromatic thing, which isn't in the key. To avoid the sharp 11 sound. But it can generate a nice tension. And see what just happened? When we stopped nerding out about gear and Pedux and green ebonies and stuff, and we start talking about music, you know what just happened? We started making music. We were inspired to use an instrument. I know that's weird to some of you viewers out there, to actually make music. Not because I'm collecting guitars and something needs to go on the wall or you like the color of the pedal. Once you start creating and talking creatively, it's in the word, you know the instrument has just inspired. And that's what this does. I love it. Let's do yachts. Hallo! The faster it is, the more jazz it is. Let's do... I love it with a pick. It's something special. Of course, you also get it in the beautiful Dowina case from Italy, hand-stitched by Italian single women.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Virgin single women. Oh, God. Absolutely beautiful. And most importantly, made by freaking nerds who love the craft. They also love making money, but that's not why they're in the business. And something like this shows love for the instrument. The next thing is ultra special. Can't believe I'm doing all of this in donut shorts, but it's warm. This is heavy, and it's such a smaller guitar. And it's got this super bright top, which is very likely Alpine spruce.
Swiss Alpine.
You're not impressed that I knew Alpine spruce and you had to throw Swiss in there to make me look like an idiot?
Yeah, Because you have to know it, you know. You are really long in this business, you have to know wood. Stuff.
I have to make the distinction between Swiss and Canadian alpine spruce or
Yeah,
whatever.
because it's completely different. Man.
It's completely different.
Completely different.
Talk to Glenn about that. I love it because it also has these little consecutive V's in it. There's a little bit of irregularity in it. Yeah. Oh God.
Bad
Thank you,
roll.
Joe. Joe is switching, by the way. Joe Braga, Pedal Playhouse. Subscribe. The sides are so dark that that the camera cannot capture the amazing. Yeah, a little bit. There's the most beautiful things happening in the grain. Which of course is very like the very dark Cocobolo.
No.
Nope. Shit. I tried. Come on, Jan. I tried.
It's called Bois de Rose. It's Brazilian rosewood, but with wine color. It's
This is
already
Brazilian
30 years-
rosewood.
Yeah, but 30 years old, certified.
So you can't travel with this to the States.
We've got a certification, but
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Well, this also makes this guitar rather expensive.
yep.
Okay. There is no heel because with all the money that they had to spend on the Brazilian oldified something rosewood, they didn't have money for a heel. So they had to come up with a way to manufacture a guitar without the heel because simply there was no budget left. That's what happened. So when you look at this, there's no little steppy here. It's called the heel. I'll show you. This is what it's supposed to look like. There's this big rod here called a heel. But since the heel is the most expensive bit on an acoustic guitar and the wood was already so expensive, they came up with a method to save money right there.
Yeah.
Also, it's asymmetrical. This is kind of perpendicular to the neck, whereas this is a minor, tiny bit of a cutaway. Do you see this? Yeah. It's a tiny way. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the idea there is. Why? Why? I mean, higher access, I guess.
Yeah.
You already have higher access because of the no heel, we saved money situation. But here, then you have another 1 centimeter higher access. And you can access one more fret.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the one more fret that you need to write the hit. Who knows? There's a black binding, probably plastic.
Ebony.
This is ebony? You could have used plastic because, nobody knows. But So, black ebony, it's so freaking dark. With a white contrasting line. On top, we got the ebony contrasting line in white and...
Ooh.
And Let's Talk Song, subscribe. Let's Talk Song, Rafael Cano, subscribe. And white contrasting line. I might possibly be getting the whole... I jump into people's videos back now. The contrast of the guitar with the Swiss Alpine spruce and the very dark, old, certified Brazilian rosewood is phenomenal. Again, you don't get a heel because you paid for this already. The neck is a unique construction of 2 very long wedges. So let's look at this. 2 very long wedges on the... It's not a 5-piece neck. It's a 5-piece neck here. Then it turns into a 7-piece neck, turning into a 3-piece neck.
Yeah.
So it's the typical, we have this on all guitars now, 5/7 3-piece neck,
Yeah.
right? So you stole this from Ibanez, right?
No, from Nikola Tesla.
From Nikola Tesla. The typical
Maker,
5/7 3 neck. So what's the deal there? What?
We called it needle reinforcement. It's a normal neck reinforcement, but visually more pleasing. Eye catcher. Yeah.
Well, because of course we all spend our times looking at necks.
You should look the necks more.
Of course.
Over to the necks.
Mahogany and Wenge.
There is Wenge, yeah. In the middle piece is Wenge, and the needles are from the border rosewood, you know. But you have to look really, really closely to see the color of it.
Wait a second. The bigger stripes are two different pieces of wood.
Yeah, it's the same wood but different colors, you know. One
But
is,
the bigger stripes have wenge and then the rosewood. The needles are not one piece of wood. Look, this is wenge,
yeah,
and then this is the other thing.
yeah, but they are the same wood, but one is more, darker, and one is not as dark. You've got Wenge and 2 times these.
Ah, so you got tiny. So they are the stripes are sandwich construction of 3 different woods.
Yeah.
You guys have no life and no hobbies, right? Because you're coming up with that shit. I'm not the biggest fan of the slotted headstock because changing strings on it, that's a bitch.
No, it's not true. Not true. It's easy.
I wouldn't want to do it. Okay, if I ever have the money to buy one of these, or the nice Dowina people really love me so much that they want to build me one, every time I have to change strings, it'll go back to Bratislava, and Jan can do it. I'll ship it to you. Is it an OM or is it even smaller?
This is an OM.
Okay. Very unique. No heel, however they did that, I have no idea. And that tiny little bit of a cutaway, the wood combination. Before I play it, with this wood combination, I'm gonna say that's an expensive guitar, huh?
It is.
How much?
Yeah. I actually don't know yet. We have to evaluate this stuff, you know. It's new for your event, you know, so
Above 5?
more. About 7 I would say.
But if I lick it, it's mine, right?
Yeah, you have to buy it.
Okay. Okay, let's see. I played it earlier and oh boy. Never played the shit in my life. Never. Which means I'm kind of getting lost in ideas already because this guitar is enabling me to do certain things. Am I playing up here because it's comfortable and more comfortable than on another guitar? I don't know. I mean, this is still above the, below the 12th fret. Can I do... D, okay, all nice. It doesn't sound weak up here at all. Oh, if we play it right. Get a good octave up with the voice too, right? Wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or God. Okay.
It's,
This has turned silly.
Oh.
Man.
Maybe play it down here.
Yeah.
Okay?
It will be better.
I'm cowboy. But the thing is, if you want to do the intro, you can easily get there. I never know the end, but I know this.
this was the reference song to make the cutaway.
Oh my God, you can dig in and it wants it. It doesn't matter how much I dig in, the guitar's like, okay, come on, I'm right here for this. It doesn't go down. It doesn't rattle. There's no too much top end. Not all of a sudden when you dig in, the low end is equally there. If I'm looking for a guitar, I'm looking for a guitar that an acoustic guitar that can handle all these different things. That is massively impressive. However, having a car or having this guitar,
Guitar.
Jan says, guitar. Jan, who do you work for again?
For a car company.
Okay, let's truly hope that everything Jan said is on mics, but I'm gonna edit my balls off to make that happen, because I put them back there, because, the talent needs... Joe! Talent! I say talent, she switches to Jan.
She's right.
Yep. Okay, I see how this goes. No, this is massively impressive. And this is called the Aura
Yep.
Bois de Rose Special.
Especial.
Speciale. The Aura. And we never talked about the maple purfling line work on the fretboard.
Ah, you mean the
white line on the fretboard, yeah?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
For me. See the tiny little maple line there? And nothing in the fretboard. I love this. It's just such a clean instrument, except for that the headstock sucks. But I mean, what can you do? I'm pretty sure, hey, if anyone else was going to order this, and they wanted it with a, good headstock, would you build it like that?
You mean with an ugly headstock? Oh, yeah.
No, like, a good one.
It's a big upcharge.
It's a big upcharge, okay. What's the line made out of?
You were right, it's maple.
Of course.
Of course you're right.
Of course I'm right. I know my wood.
Yeah.
I play with it all the... no, nothing. Okay, just a little bit of an insight into Dowina guitars, and more so than the guitars being brilliant, the people being brilliant. Jan is just fun. Erica is hiding because probably she was gonna not have all the sexual jokes that we would throw at her. She actually can dish it out just as much. So brilliant stuff. There's a really dark guitar hiding somewhere in something else. But watch more videos from 42 Gear Street with Dowina. We've got the 42GS6 hashtag to watch all the videos from here. Loads of acoustic stuff if you're into that. We had some great channels, great players play these and make loads of videos. Carlos did a beautiful comparison of a guitar that they built with the same specs as a guitar that Furch built, and that's on Carlos' channel, on his channel. But that's in Spanish, which is of course a language really just nobody speaks. Maybe the Italians, I don't know where they speak that. I'm really tempted to say in one of those Mexican countries, but that sounds very racist. I think it's racist. It probably is. It's a running gag. Don't start typing and oh my god, forget it. Also, keep looking at the number on the camera as if it's the lens, instead of actually looking in the lens. Maybe next time watch a professional channel that knows where the camera records instead of this one. I love you all. Thank you, Jan, for sitting there and being fun. Thank you to everyone who came into this video.
Thank you.
Hey, can you open the door and come in here, Joe? Is Valeria there?
What?
Hello.
Valeria, she's the cup mover. Valeria is also a screen toucher.
You still have coffee left.
Thank you.
Or whatever that
She
is.
touches computer screens when she wants to show you something. That drives me nuts.
And this is his payback. But now I got a lot of people to run inside your video.
Where's Joe? Joe, come here. Joe Braga, Pedal Playhouse. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. This channel too. And what do we say at the end?
Animals at the end.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't go giving your love